Welcome. This is Altem for Prima Magazine, and I'm talking here today with Augusto from the European Commission.
Hello.
And he's working in the Department of E-Infrastructures, which also has a very strong HPC component. So, Augusto, we are here at the International Supercomputing Conference in Frankfurt, which brings together a lot of people from all over the world interested in HPC, and this morning you delivered a welcome speech to that. So, can you tell a little bit about HPC in Europe and Europe in the world?
Okay, so thank you very much. The HPC has been a priority for Europe since a few years already. As you know, we have a European HPC strategy, which the European Commission is supporting, based on three basic pillars: technology development towards exascale, building capacity and access to HPC systems, and the third one is the involvement of user communities so that they can really benefit from all the possibilities that HPC offers. And the part of what I said this morning is that we have achieved a lot so far. There are very successful projects, which are some of them even in the third generation of funding, and now it's time to start thinking about how to take stock, how to integrate all those technologies in new prototypes, in new demonstrators, and this is basically what we are looking at now in the preparation for the next steps.
Okay, thank you. And what are the next steps? Will you be focusing on research or also on industry?
So, in addition to the demonstrators that I've just mentioned, there are two other additional elements. One is the coordination of procurement policies in member states. We really believe that coordination will be needed given the high cost of these computers and the short life cycles, and we have already sensed that some member states would be willing at least to explore that possibility. The other element, which is as important, if not more important, is the facilitating access to HPC resources for SMEs and SMEs and other innovative actors. And this is in the context of the digital single market strategy that has just been adopted by the European Commission, and the basic objective and the key headings are digitization of industry, which means to facilitate, no matter which sector we are talking about, that companies fully exploit all the possibilities of ICT. And this includes, of course, HPC technologies, and it also involves the democratization, if you want, of access to HPC, because our understanding is that there are a number of industries that have, and a number of actors within those industries that have understood and have developed the mechanisms to really make use of HPC technologies, but there is a huge amount of companies, some of them which are also providers of services and products to these big players that today don't have access. So we really have to explore mechanisms so that HPC technologies are made accessible and available to also minor players or important players, but without the financial muscle to really invest in HPC technologies.
Okay, there is already a longer history of smaller scale, you could say, assisting SMEs with HPC technologies. I mentioned the Uber Cloud, which is in fact also coming from Europe. We have the Fortissimo project,
yes.
the Cloud SME project.
Yes.
So what you want to do is to bring that to a bigger scale, or?
So I mean, we in the next programming period, 16-17, we are going to try to experiment with a cooperation model which will also involve innovation clusters, as we call them. So these regional clusters that have as a mission to develop their economies, their local economies, by fostering the development of new SMEs, by making resources available to them. So what we want to explore is whether bringing together those local entities whose mission is to help SMEs, bringing them together with infrastructure operators like HPC providers, like Praise, for example, could facilitate the access. Because today what we have, the mechanisms that we have, are all European, in the sense that if you are a local SME and you want to use a Praise machine, you have to know that Praise exists, and you have to know that they have a program called SHAPE, and you have to apply. Yeah. So we believe that SMEs naturally they go and check and are known by their local organizations, and those are better placed to help. And so that is something that we are gonna prototype in the next programming period. But then we are also exploring options to increase capacity. What mechanisms of coordinating local and national budgets could be used, so that regions that are specifically specialized in certain areas could evolve. For example, structural funds for the development, for the deployment of capacity, HPC capacity, in a way that would be beneficial not only for their local companies, but also at the European level, if this is done in a coordinated manner. And for that we are also relying on political initiatives like the Juncker Plan, for example, which is a mechanism to facilitate funding and loans to companies, which really has the potential to create synergies between other funding mechanisms like Horizon 2020 and structural funds, for example.
Okay, Juncker, that's the chairman of the European Commission.
Is the president of the European Commission, yes.
And he has this.
The Juncker Plan is a mechanism to facilitate the access to EIB, the European Investment Bank loans. Mm-hmm. So basically, the European Commission, together with the European Investment Bank, have created a guarantee that enables the European Investment Bank to take higher risk projects. So one could envisage, for example, a project to deploy HPC capacity in a few member states, for example, with the participation of private actors like cloud providers, or even users like financial companies or energy companies, and at the same time, the funding that these private entities would provide for the deployment of this infrastructure could be complemented with public funding coming from other sources, like, as I said, the structural funds or Horizon 2020.
Okay. Thank you very much. For Prima Magazine, this was what I'm looking for.